What's up everyone and welcome back to the City Insider. Today let's get started with Manchester City talent targeted by Southampton and Burnley. Southampton and Burnley are monitoring the impressive development of Manchester City centre-back Jadel Katongo on loan at Peterborough. According to a report, the England under-20 international is currently catching the eye whilst plying his trade in League One after joining the Western Home Stadium club on a temporary agreement for the duration of the 2023-24 campaign last summer, whilst developing originally as a centre-back at Manchester City across age groups and joining Peterborough for use in that role. The 19-year-old is being tried in central midfielder and is enjoying success out of his natural position. That versatility is almost certainly catching the eye of those monitoring his performances back at the Etihad Stadium. But simultaneously Katongo is attracting attention from within the Championship and Premier League as a result. That is according to a recent report from journalist Alan Nixon, who states that the highly rated Manchester City defender is being chased by Championship side Southampton, who are certainly no strangers to negotiating with the Premier League champions over youth talent. It is further detailed that Katongo was also recently watched by Premier League newcomers Burnley as a possible long-term project, with the teenager admired by Manchester City's legendary captain and now Turf Moor boss Vincent Kompany. The Manchester-born starlet has been with the current Premier League champions since the age of 9 and is well known to Southampton transfer boss Jason Wilcox, who left Manchester City for the South Coast earlier this year. The Saints have enjoyed great success when discussing deals with the likes of Ksiki Begiristain at Manchester City, having signed Gavin Bazunu, Romeo Lavia, Samuel Edozie, and Juan Larios in recent summers. Man City need to cut out worrying errors. Manuel Akanji admits Manchester City need to cut out the errors after being exposed in their comeback victory over RB Leipzig at the Etihad Stadium. The holders trailed 2-0 after a lackluster first-half display in Tuesday's Champions League encounter before a Phil Foden-inspired recovery saw them fight back to win 3-2. With their place in the last 16 already secure, there was little cause for alarm on the night, but after recent Premier League draws against Chelsea and Liverpool, the champions are not fully firing. Switzerland defender Akanji said, "We didn't play well in the first half. We did a lot of mistakes, in a lot of duels. We had it change it in the second half. We spoke in halftime that we needed to do better. It still wasn't great, but we improved a lot. We didn't do many of the mistakes. It happens sometimes. We didn't plan to go into the game like this. The first goal was me losing a duel off the long ball. The second one was Ruben Diaz after the pass, and it happens sometimes. Normally we don't do these mistakes, but the good thing is we've got a good team. Now we have important games before the Club World Cup against Spurs and Villa, and we need to really focus on these games. We need points because we drew twice, so it's really important to get winning again." Akanji was indeed at fault for the first of Lois Openda's 2 first-half goals, with Diaz caught out for the second. Foden sparked the comeback when he teed up Erling Haaland to become fastest player to reach 40 Champions League goals in just his 35th appearance. The England midfielder then scored a sublime equaliser before showing further nimble footwork to set up the late winner for substitute Julian Alvarez. The victory ensures City, who travel to Red Star Belgrade next month, will finish top of Group G. Pep says Rico Lewis was brilliant again. Pep Guardiola was full of praise for Manchester City youngster Rico Lewis after his side's 3-2 victory against RB Leipzig on Tuesday night. In conversation with TNT Sports, the 28th of November 2023, the Spaniard singled Lewis out as one of City's standout performers after they pulled off an inspiring comeback from 2 goals down at the Etihad Stadium. The 52-year-old is clearly a fan of the versatile defender, describing him as a master after Manchester City beat Young Boys 3-1 in October. The highly rated technician's passing was typically inch-perfect while his decision-making was flawless and quick at all times. This allowed City to take the game to Leipzig. Rico Lewis's influence was prevalent for Julian Alvarez's late strike, as his stunning through ball found Jeremy Doku in acres of space, who laid the ball in Phil Foden's path, whose deflected pass resulted in the winner. Despite being such a young player, Lewis influences games time and again for his boyhood club. Man United and Man City to battle Liverpool for €150 million rated star. Liverpool, Manchester United and Manchester City are among the clubs linked with Benfica's latest midfield sensation in João Neves. Neves, 19, has developed into a key player for the Portuguese side this season, starting 16 games in what has been a breakthrough campaign for him so far. The defensive midfielder is the latest in a long line of players to be highly rated at the club, with previous names including the likes of Enzo Fernandez, Nemanja Matic, Bernardo Silva, Andre Gomes, and Renato Sanchez. Portuguese outlet O Jogo are reporting interest from Liverpool alongside a few other Premier League clubs. They write, the Portuguese international has been followed, in the Premier League, by Manchester United and Manchester City, but now Arsenal and Liverpool are also paying attention to Benfica's number 87 shirt. The latest news tells us that Liverpool have his name already written in capital letters on the lists of reinforcements, and that Rui Costa, Benfica's president, will soon start negotiations on a new deal that will include a release clause of €150 million. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.